Nehemiah chapter 10 through 11. Those whose seals were on the documents were the governor, Nehemiah son of Hakaliah, and Zedekiah, Seraiah, Azariah, Jeremiah, Pashur, Amariah, Malchijah, Hattush, Shebaniah, Maluk, Harim, Meremoth, Obadiah, Daniel, Ginnathan, Baruch, Meshulam, Abijah, Mijamin, Maaziah, Bilgai, and Shemaiah. These were the priests. The Levites were Jeshua, son of Azaniah, Binui of the sons of Henadad, Kadmiel, and their brothers Shebaniah, Hodiah, Kelida, Peliah, Hanan, Micah, Rehab, Hashabiah, Zakur, Sherebiah, Shebaniah, Hodiah, Bani, and Baninu. The heads of the people were Parash, Pahath-Moab, Elam, Zatu, Bani, Buni, Azgad, Bebai, Adonijah, Bigvai, Adin, Atur, Hezekiah, Azur, Hodiah, Hashum, Bezai, Harif, Anathoth, Nebai, Magpiash, Meshulam, Hazir, Meshezabel, Zadok, Jaddua, Pelatiah, Hanan, Anaiah, Hoshea, Hananiah, Hashub, Halohesh, Pilha, Shobek, Rehum, Hashabna, Maaseiah, Aijah, Hanan, Anan, Maluch, Harim, Beana. The rest of the people, the priests, Levites, gatekeepers, singers, and temple servants, along with their wives, sons, and daughters, everyone who is able to understand and who has separated themselves from the surrounding peoples to obey the law of God, just as we are to set ourselves apart from the ways of the world, join with their noble brothers and commit themselves with a sworn oath to follow the law of God given through God's servant Moses, and to obey carefully all the commands, ordinances, and statutes of the Lord our God. We will not give our daughters in marriage to the surrounding peoples, and will not take their daughters as wives for our sons, just as we will not offer our children to the fire as a sacrifice. We will not teach them to inherit or to partake in the same types of things that the rest of the world calls normal. My kids will be set apart. My kids will be brought up in the ways of the Lord from when they're younger. Carefully, all the commands, ordinances, and statutes of the Lord our Lord. We will not give our daughters in marriage to the surrounding peoples, and will not take their daughters as wives for our sons. When the surrounding peoples bring merchandise or any kind of grain to sell on the Sabbath day, we will not buy from them on the Sabbath or a holy day. We will also leave the land uncultivated in the 7th year, and will cancel every debt. We will impose the following commands on ourselves: to give 1/8 of an ounce of silver yearly for the service of the house of our God, the bread displayed before the Lord, the daily grain offering, the regular burnt offering, the Sabbath and new moon offerings, the appointed festivals and holy things, the sin offerings to atone for Israel and for all the work of the house of our God. We have cast lots among the priests, Levites, and people for the donation of wood by our ancestral families at the appointed times each year. They are to bring the wood to our God's house, to burn on the altar of the Lord our God, as it is written in the law. We will bring the firstfruits of our land and of every fruit tree to the Lord's house year by year. We will also bring the firstborn of our sons and our livestock, as prescribed by the law, and will bring the firstborn of our herds and flocks to the house of our God, to the priests who serve in our God's house. We will bring a loaf from our first batch of dough to the priest at the storerooms of the house of our God. We will also bring the firstfruits of our grain offerings, of every fruit tree, and of the new wine and fresh oil. 1/10 of our land's produce belongs to the Levites, for the Levites are to collect the 1/10 offering in all our agricultural towns. A priest from Aaron's descendants is to accompany the Levites when they collect the 10th, and the Levites are to take 1/10 of this offering to the storerooms of the treasury in the house of our God. For the Israelites and the Levites are to bring the contributions of grain, new wine, and fresh oil to the storerooms where the articles of the sanctuary are kept, and where the priests who minister are along with the gatekeepers and singers. We will not neglect the house of our God. Now the leaders of the people stayed in Jerusalem, and the rest of the people cast lots for 1 out of 10 to come and live in Jerusalem, the holy city, while the other 9/10 remained in their towns. The people blessed all the men who volunteered to live in Jerusalem. These are the heads of the province who stayed in Jerusalem, but in the villages of Judah each lived on his own property in their towns, and in their towns the Israelites, priests, Levites, temple servants, and descendants of Solomon's servants. While some of the descendants of Judah and Benjamin settled in Jerusalem. Judah's descendants, Athaiah, son of Uzziah, son of Zechariah, son of Amariah, son of Shephatiah, son of Mahalalel, of Perez's descendants, and Maaseiah, son of Baruch, son of Kohosei, son of Hosea, son of Adiah, son of Joyarib, son of Zechariah, a descendant of the Shilonite. The total number of Perez's descendants who settled in Jerusalem was 468 capable men. These were Benjamin's descendants: Salu, son of Meshulam, son of Joed, son of Pedaiah, son of Koliah, son of Maaseiah, son of Ithiel, son of Jeshiah, and after him Gabai, the Salai, 928. Joel, son of Zikri, was the officer over them, and Judah, son of Hasenuah, was second in command over the city. The priest Jediah, son of Joyarib, Jashin, and Sariah, son of Hilkiah, son of Meshulam, son of Zadok, son of Merioth, son of Ahitub, the chief official of God's temple, and their relatives who did the work at the temple, 822. Adiah, son of Jeroham, son of Pelaliah, son of Amzi, son of Zechariah, son of Pashur, son of Malchijah, and his relatives, the heads of families, 242. Amasai, son of Azarel, son of Azai, son of Meshillemeth, son of Immer, and their relatives, capable men, 128. Zabdiel, son of Megedolim, was their chief. The Levites, Shemaiah, son of Hashub, son of Azrikam, son of Hashabiah, son of Buni, and Shabbathai, and Jozabad, from the heads of the Levites who supervised the work outside the house of God. Mattaniah, son of Micah, son of Zabdi, son of Asaph, the one who began the thanksgiving in prayer. Bakbukiah, second among his relatives, and Abda, son of Shammua, son of Galal, son of Jeduthun, all the Levites in the holy city, 284. The gatekeepers, Akub, Talmon, and their relatives who guarded the city gates, 172. The rest of Israel, the priests and the Levites, were in all the villages of Judah, each on his own inherited property. The temple servants lived on Ophel, Ziha, and Gishpa, supervised the temple servants. The leader of the Levites in Jerusalem was Uzi, son of Bani, son of Hashabiah, son of Mattaniah, son of Micah, of the descendants of Asaph, who were singers for the service of God's house. There was in fact a command of the king regarding them, and an ordinance regulating the singers' daily tasks. Pathaiah, son of Meshezabel, of the descendants of Zerah, son of Judah, was the king's agent in every matter concerning the people. As for the farming settlements with their fields, some of Judah's descendants lived in Kiriath Arba and Dibon and their surrounding villages, and Jekabzeel and its settlements. In Jeshua, Molada, Beth Pelet, Hazar, Shual, and Beersheba, and its surrounding villages. In Ziklag and Mekona, and its surrounding villages. In En-Rimmon, Zorah, Jarmuth, and Zanoah, and Adulam, with their settlements. In Lachish, with its fields, and Azekah, and its surrounding villages. So they settled from Beersheba to Hinnom Valley. Benjamin's descendants from Geba, Michmash, Aijah, and Bethel, and its surrounding villages. Anathoth, Nob, Ananiah, Hazor, Ramah, Gittaim, Hadid, Zeboim, Nebalat, Lod, Ono. In Craftsman's Valley, some of the Judean divisions of Levites were in Benjamin.